And we're back, and I might as well explain Feebas since we're here. It's not that I don't want to talk about Feebas, it's more along the lines of it's a lot to talk about and you can't do anything with the information at this time. Like, you can't evolve Feebas. Feebas is terrible to use by itself without evolving, and it's kind of just a useless venture. But we'll talk about it anyway. So Feebas is a pure water type. Terrible stats in its first form because it's similar to Magikarp in that regard. It can learn TMs unlike Magikarp. It's very good once it evolves. It has great tanking capabilities, has excellent special attack, Marvel Scale, which is its ability if it's hit by a status such as paralysis or toxic or burn, it will increase its defense, its physical defense by 50%, which is really good. And the only kind of downside of using a Milotic is the generic water move pool that it gets. It gets Surf, it gets Ice Beam, it gets Recover. The other move that's maybe a little odd on it is the fact it does get, like, Twister. It does get a few Dragon moves. But otherwise, it's very standard. It's just its stats and its overall pure water type is what makes it good. Now, the reason I haven't talked about it is because at this time... Oh yeah. We'll get into why that's blocked later. But the reason we haven't really gone to talk about it is because at this time you're unable to evolve it. We'll get into why later. Well, actually, you need a Pokeblock case, and you need to be able to use Pokeblocks to what's it called? To evolve it. So you're not going to evolve it anytime soon. I'll tell you when you're able to. But the reason it's also very, very rare right now is because on Route 119, it's available in only 6 tiles. Not the route, it's not 6%. No, in 6 tiles of the 438 on the route, the C routes, you have to fish in every single one if you want a chance of finding it. So, I recommend, this is what I usually do when I try and catch it, and I have used Milotic a few times actually in multiple playthroughs, and actually for a long time I was considering using 2 water types, but Swampert and Milotic do very similar things, so it wasn't really worth it. But you use whatever rod you want. It doesn't have to be the super rod, doesn't have to be good, it doesn't have to be old. You can do whatever. I recommend, if you want a faster time, old rod, because it actually fishes up faster. But if you want actual experience while you're just sitting there fishing, super rod's probably your best bet. But basically you go in a grid-like pattern, and for every tile you fish into, you fish 4 to 5 times. I like to do 5 because I don't mind sitting there for a little extra time, considering you're going to be sitting there for a while anyway. So it's not that big of a deal, it's just... And if you ever feel like maybe you fished everywhere and you don't want to retrace your steps, you can reset using the trendy phase found in Dewford. And that's kind of how you reset it. But overall, that's what's needed to really catch and evolve Feebas, which we can't even evolve it yet. We'll be getting pretty close to it soon. Oh, this guy mentioned the Safari Zone, which is actually a place we can't get into without the Pokeblock case. Though it's a lot less cumbersome than... Yeah. Anyway, there are Pokemon that evolve when you trade them. That's what I heard. Yep. I think this might be the first city we can buy Ultra Balls. Let me check real quick. Or it might have been the one before. I think this is the first one. Yeah, so just highlighting that. I think we have a few things to sell, and then we'll explore the city proper. Yeah, Heal Powder's garbage. Scapero's garbage. And we need to go store the rest of this. And Fortree City is home of the next gym we need to beat, which is all good, but you're gonna come to find out that everything's not gonna work the way you want. It is a fighting type gym. That is not what I wanted. I want to deposit. Have that. 3. Just doing this real quick, so we don't have to do it. That looks good. Here's some super repels just in case. Actually, I know exactly where I'm gonna use those at. We'll be seeing it. But let's make our way into some of these buildings. I believe there's a trade in one of these. Oh yeah, here it is. So basically you could trade a Volbeat for a Bustle here. Not very good. Yeah, to be honest, Volbeat's probably better. Because at least it can learn something. It can learn Signal Beam, I think. Right. We shall try again. Right again. Right. Damn. This woman actually does give you something, so we are gonna do it. I totally just guessed right 3 times, but it's right, right, left. And we get TM10, which, as you probably got from the hint, is Hidden Power. Yeah, so Hidden Power is an interesting move. This guy will also teach Sleep Talk, which we do not have a user of Rest, and we won't really have one. Because Rest is kind of a... It isn't as good as it was in the 2nd generation, because you can't Sleep Talk, Rest, and have your heal go out. It just fails. So that's kind of what really stops Rest talking from being successful. You try and go down here, you are blocked. We have to, of course, find something that will show us the way. But back on Hidden Power. Hidden Power can be any single type in the game. And it's all dependent on the IVs. Yeah, it's all dependent on the IVs of the Pokemon. Overall, it's... In a normal playthrough, it's very random, but in competitive, it matters a lot because some Pokemon don't have a good stab, so they rely on Hidden Power for it. Yeah, so Fortree City is actually one of my favorite design cities. We can also grab some equipment for our secret base if we really wanted to. There's a lot of stuff in Fortree City. But yeah, overall, I think one of these guys gives you something. Is it you? No? Okay. I thought there was. We're gonna cross this. I believe this just goes to the last house over here, which we didn't explore. And the reason I explore all of Fortree is because it's very small. It might give you items. I don't remember exactly where all the items are in Fortree, but yeah. Anyway, we can't get to the gym, so we might as well move on to Route 120. I almost said 130, but that's because there's something going on. I do have the right lead, right? Yeah, main nectar. Alright, so there's a new Pokemon found on this route, which is actually probably the last dark type you're going to really care about. I don't think there's another dark type that matters. But it is Absol. Absol is a pure dark type, which is cool, I guess. But the problem is, as you're going to come to find out, it has 130 attack. It has 75 special attack. That 130 attack is wasted with no stab. Yes, it's still good. It packs Slash, has Shadow Ball access, but overall it just doesn't get to use its full potential. It has 60 defenses. It is decently fast. It's not the fastest, but it can do work. It has great special TM access. It learns Ice Beam, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt. It learns a lot, but it's just... its physical move pool, which is the one you want to use, is lackluster. It doesn't really work out. Excuse me. But it doesn't work that well overall. It can be. It's a decent dark type, and it's definitely one that I would probably rank above Mighty Anna. Albeit very bare, albeit. I don't know. Basically, just barely though. It's not the greatest, and we have Gabby and Ty here. Yeah, that'll work. Actually, no, that won't. We need Swampert. Alright. Gabby and Ty here. But basically, overall, Absol can be used. It's just, it doesn't really fill a slot that other Pokemon can't cover. Like, Carvana can basically do it, except it's better because it has a higher special attack. It is more frail, I'll admit that, but you take your poison basically. Dark types are very, very nice in this game. I won't be having one, but dark types are very good. Way better than they were in second generation, that's for sure. Where the only dark type that was decent to have at any point was Umbreon, and that's more of a tank than an attacker, so. Anyway, Gabby and Ty are basically beat here. I'm gonna give them another word because I'm a nice guy. Batu! Alright, what do you think? Let's see. Short and sweet. Let's go with people this time. Brother! Alright, that's perfect. Alright, I don't know how it's perfect, but we'll be seeing you. Yeah, they will actually, we'll be seeing them again, and I'll explain what they do after they kind of disappear from this route. We do have enough time for one more battle, so we'll do this real quick. And basically right now we're moving on from Fortree because we cannot clear the invisible somethings in our way. We're gonna need something to basically get through them. They're basically like the Sudowoodo tree from Gold, Silver, and Crystal. It's just made to block your way. They're not very special. It's actually an easier way to get Kecleon later, though. They're decently leveled at that point. You can be counted on to get better. Okay, thank you. Fantastic. Alright. We could check this for an item. We got a revive. I'm pretty sure the rest of these are empty. Secret base right there. That item right there is a taunt because I'm pretty sure there's a Kecleon blocking it. And look, it's one of the Poochyenas you can find on this route. Which isn't that good. And bye. It would have been better if it was a wild Mightyena. Would have been worth my time. Because, like, I'm going to get 196 when Mightyena would have given me, like, 1,000. So, I'm going to stop right here, and next time we'll be crossing this bridge and moving on, and hopefully getting the item that allows us to, of course, see those invisible Pokemon, which I kind of gave it away as Kecleon. So, next time, we'll be moving on. We'll be seeing some new stuff, and as always, do whatever you prefer with whatever you do, and I hope to see you guys next time, and of course, till then.